Look, Google used the word switch I think more than 10 times during its event. It seems like this year is different. It focused on the hardware that was criticized a lot, made the AI features more user-friendly, added Qi2. It also tried very hard to make the switch from the iPhone easier. Despite all this, it's still a Pixel. And if you didn't like the Pixel 9 Pro, bad news, you won't like this either. This is Pixel 10 Pro review, so let's do it. The design hasn't changed at all. Just a real blue color has been added to it, which is one of the bluest things you'll ever see. It's also a little heavier. The back and front panels are still Gorilla Glass Victus 2, the frame is aluminum, the back panel is matte, the frame is flat, the edges are rounded, the Pro model is very comfortable to hold, but the XL model really feels like a brick. It feels very big. The front panel's bezels haven't been reduced at all, and the selfie camera is still the size of a tennis ball. The fingerprint sensor is under the display, and now it's ultrasonic. But it's still not very fast, and I don't know why, but when the display is off, it doesn't work. The best part of the design, the Pixel Snap, is the same as Apple's MagSafe, or rather the Qi2 magnetic charging technology. It's the only global Android phone that has this technology in the device and not with a separate case. It's exactly like the MagSafe. A lot of accessories like stands, cases, and batteries have been released for it. Even the MagSafe accessories work with it. I don't know why it took 5 years to copy it, but now it's here. The XL model supports Qi 2.1 and is 25 watts instead of 15. The display is as great as the previous generation. 2K, 120Hz, dynamic, OLED, HDR10+, which also supports Ultra HDR content in Google Gallery. The colors are accurate, the contrast is great, the sharpness is amazing. There is really no flaw. Maybe its PMW is lower than the Chinese ones, which if your eyes are sensitive, you might feel. Its brightness has also increased by 10%, which was already great, and you really have no problems under any lights. The speakers are now the same color as the frame. The volume is great, they cover low tones very well, but the vocals and overall sharpness are weaker than the competitors. Its hardware is still disappointing, despite what it advertises. This is the first Google phone whose chip is designed entirely by Google itself. It used to get help from Samsung. The Tensor G5 competes with a Snapdragon 8S Gen 4 or 8 Gen 2 in terms of CPU, and its new GPU is almost half the power of other flagships. It also has a problem with overheating in heavy tasks, and the performance drop is very high. No, in daily performance and the UI itself is very smooth and it is not annoying. But in games and the highest screen resolution, its difference with other flagships is completely visible. But the TPU or AI processing unit is great. Live Translate, Gemini Mini, writing text with voice, and such features are processed inside the phone and very fast. The slightly larger battery and the new chip did not improve the performance, and it's even weaker than the previous generation. The Pro model can last less than a day and the XL model can last a day with medium heavy use, which is not good at the moment. It also supports a 30-watt charger and charges to 80% in 70 minutes. With the Pixel Snap, it takes half an hour more. The Pixel 10 Pro comes with Android 16 and has 7 years of full software support, and is as good as ever. Material U3 and customizations are very simple and practical, everything is in its place, the icons are much larger than before, I personally liked it, the UI color scheme and animations are extremely attractive and minimal, and I really like it. As expected, it is also full of AI features. 2 new bold features have been added. One is spot editing by writing or saying what you want, which was a dream a few years ago, and now it understands what you want very well and performs very well 90% of the time. And I think this makes it even easier, and some people who are not using these features will start using it, and it will become important to them. The next feature is Magic Queue, which is not very useful right now, but its goal is to process your phone's data and make it easily available to you whenever it feels you need one. For example, someone asks for your flight time and Google finds it and suggests it to you. It's not good right now, but it's an interesting idea. The camera system is no different from the 9 Pro. And as always, Google has invested in image processing, which is good to a certain extent. Wide photos in daylight are excellent. Very wide dynamic range, high contrast, very vivid and exaggerated colors, good detail, and overall, pixel photos. At 2x zoom, the sharpness drops a little too much, but is still quite good. In portrait mode, subject separate and face processing are very good, but the background blur is a little unnatural and I expected better from pixel processing. In night mode, the dynamic range is good, the colors are accurate, but the detail and sharpness are not much, and I don't like the contrast. The ultra-wide photos are really wide and have a lot of distortion, but the dynamic range and detail are very good. The colors are close to the wide lens, and you can also record macro. At 5x zoom, the colors and details are good, but the sharpness is sometimes low and unnatural rendering is also seen. The more you zoom in, the more cartoonish and softer the photos seem. And from zoom 10 onward, it is weaker than many of its competitors. Contrary to their advertising, they have not yet reached the maturity in processing high zooms. The selfie is as always superb. Excellent face processing, wide, very good dynamic range, and lovely colors. Both the wide and telephoto lenses have OIS, and you can record 8K 30fps or 4K 60fps videos. It has very good performance and capabilities, but if you're very serious about this, the iPhone. Overall, the Pixel 10 Pro is a Pixel with all its good and bad points. Someone like me might love its software so much that they would say it's Android King, while someone else might care so much about performance and the specs that it wouldn't be their choice. Unfortunately, Google hasn't been able to break this trend yet. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, like it, and if you like my content, subscribe to my channel. Goodbye, see you next video.